Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're hopping back into MyGM mode, and if you watched last episode, then you know that we had a slaughter fest between Edge and John Cena in the middle of a high school auditorium for the men's championship. But this week we have to continue to build on some more storylines and try to prepare for the Worlds Collide PLE. But before we start booking matches, we had a couple of backside storylines being prepared for us. Big Show was very upset that he lost last week against Sami Zayn, so he immediately asked for a rematch within the next 2 weeks. And we're going to go ahead and give him that. That's a rivalry that we want, so we're going to go ahead and do that for him. And MVP was also pretty upset that the Big Show lost last week. He feels like he got cheated by Sami Zayn, so he wants to go in and have a run-in on Sami Zayn on behalf of Big Show within the next 2 weeks. So I figure that we can work that in somehow, some way. And as you can see, the commissioner goal for this week is to have at least one 8-way match this week, which I don't foresee us being able to do. I mean, the reward is actually a pretty good one to the moon, which is where you can basically use it on any superstar that has less than 60 popularity and then boost them up by 15 or so. But I don't know if we have the facilities to have an 8-way match and then still have the rest of a show planned out. So we're not going to worry too much about the commissioner goal this week, unfortunately, but we are going to go ahead and try to book the best show that we can. And as you can see, we can upgrade one of our assets, one of our facilities. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade. Oh, we don't have enough for the concert hall. So I'm going to save up my assets so we can upgrade the arena first, but we are working towards upgrades. All right, one last thing before we actually start booking. I know I said that last time, but we're going to go ahead and add Legend Whisperer on Jeff Hardy. He has a level 5 ring level, which is actually not that good. And since he is going to be one of the main eventers, hopefully at the PLE, we want to have that ring level up. So we're going to go ahead and boost him up to 20, which is going to give him a couple of extra perks. So let's go ahead and add those onto him. And let's see what we have available. Basic stamina. I love to have the stamina because the more stamina you have, the more you can fight. So we're going to try to keep his morale high in other ways anyway. Specialist versus Bruiser. Let's go Bruiser because they can just match up with fighters. Specialists don't really have the green boost per se. And let's see, ladder match for sure. I mean, it's Jeff Hardy. We got to put the ladder match specialist on him. So now we have him boosted up as a legend overall fighter. All right, so we got the show all booked up. And like I said, we didn't really prioritize that 8-way match for the commissioner goal. It just wasn't worth it. But we are going to open up the show with a rematch from last week, which is Logan Paul and Christian versus Rich Holland and Chris Jericho. This time the belt will be on the line. We have a little rivalry started. So let's see if the belt is going to switch hands today. It is not, as Logan Paul and Christian are going to retain. And it actually was a 3.5-star match. Cannot complain. The rivalry grows to level 2. All right, so for our first mid card, we're gonna have Trick Williams versus Shelton Benjamin. They started a little, I guess, free rivalry last week. They had a triple threat match with Rusev, but they have their own little thing going on now. They're both low ring level, so I don't expect this match to be much. But maybe we can build them up into something. We have a Legend Whisperer, another one. I don't know if I'm using on either one of them, but it is a possibility. All right, so Becky Lynch returning the favor from last week, calling out Chelsea Green, and that rivalry grows to level 2. They have not even fought each other yet, but that is already a pretty strong rivalry. Speaking of a rivalry, we got another one, Big Show versus Sami Zayn. We talked about this at the beginning of the booking. He wanted his rematch. Wow, that was actually a better match than expected. He wanted his rematch versus Sami Zayn. He got it. MVP wanted to run in and jump him. He got it, and now the rivalry is between Sami Zayn and MVP. I don't know if that's exactly what I wanted. I think I wanted it to be between Big Show and Sami Zayn, but I mean, sometimes if when life gives you lemons, nigga, you're not gonna stay away from the lemonade actually a little bit. It's got a lot of sugar in it, so don't make lemonade, make lemon drops. But back to the show, I realized that last week, even after the fucking Slaughterfest they had, they didn't have a rivalry start between them. So this week I had John Cena come out, call out Edge, and now the rivalry has began between them. But we are on to the main event, which is Roman Reigns versus Jeff Hardy, the newly acquitted legend superstar on our roster. Now, like I said, we're going to spectate some of these matches, but right now I think that we're going to focus on getting towards the pay-per-view. So we're going to simulate this right now. This is for the World Heavyweight Championship, and Roman Reigns will defend his title. Amazing match, 4-star match. Can't complain. Okay, so the show results are in, and I think that we did pretty good. We're on par with everyone else for the opener. We slacked a little bit in our first and second mid, not even in our first. WCW just had a better one, but we did have a better second mid card than everyone else, and our main event was just as good as ECW's. So it looks like ECW probably had the best week, but I think that or WCW rather, but I think that we should be in that realm. 32,000. Oh my God, we're still in last. I don't understand how we are not even gaining a little bit. I mean, like, what the fuck? The numbers show we had a better show than them, but that's all right because we're going out of the country. You feel me? We're flexing on motherfuckers. We're going to Budapest, Hungary, motherfuckers. We going to Budapest, nigga. Fuck you talking about? And what does Triple H got to say to me now? man, get out my fucking face. So we are officially in week three, 2 weeks away from Worlds Collide, and as you can see in the journal, we got a couple completed well, not storylines, but completed side quests to the storylines. But now Sami Zayn is not is upset that he got jumped by MVP, and he wants a rematch with him within the next 3 weeks. So I'm okay with that. I mean, Sami Zayn has been doing pretty good since he's been here. Like I said, I wish that this rivalry was with Big Show, but you take what you get, motherfucker. You take what you get. Now, as far as booking goes, this commissioner goal is a lot more reasonable. Have at least one tables match this week. We can easily do that, and the reward is pretty decent. Get school level 3, which is basically just adding XP onto a superstar. I think it's probably about 3 or 4 levels or something like that. But right now, we need to focus on gaining some levels on WCW and SmackDown. I mean, in Raw and ECW because apparently we're not doing good enough. So let's do better this week. All right, we got the show pretty much all booked up, but we do have the assets now to go ahead and upgrade to the concert hall. It is $100,000 in 3 assets, but it is worth the investment. So now we can go ahead and start simulating. We did complete our commissioner goal, which means we'll have this get school card for next week. Let's go ahead and get into the booking, though. We don't give a fuck about ECW. Get them the fuck up out of here. Even though I saw Cody Rhodes on that roster, and I think that I would like him on the first shakeup if we get a chance to. But here is the real deal, the show that you've all been waiting for, SmackDown. We're opening up the show with Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte Flair. This was something that stemmed, thank you, Jordan, thank you. This is something that stemmed back from week 1. Obviously, they opened up the show in the season opener, so they're here again in week 3, opening up the show again. There's been some back and forth since then, so the rivalry has grown a little bit. But this is once again, this is for the title. Alexa Bliss is actually just putting belt to ass right now. I mean, Charlotte Flair can't do a damn thing with, god damn. John Cena comes out and rips an excellent promo, +5 popularity for him, so that's good. Obafemi hadn't seen any action yet since he's been on the roster, so we're throwing him here against Trick Williams. And obviously, the caveat is that Shelton Benjamin is going to come in and attack Trick Williams to hopefully intensify that rivalry a little bit more. They're already at level 2, so Obafemi does come out with the win. Disappointing match, and honestly, it didn't even increase the rivalry, so that was pretty much a waste of a match. But it is what it is. The rivalry between Roman Reigns and Jeff Hardy does grow, though, as Roman Reigns comes out, taunts Jeff Hardy a little bit after defending his title against him last week. So hopefully that'll be something that we're seeing take place at the pay-per-view or the PLE, whatever you want to call it. Our second mid card is Rusev versus MVP with another run in. This time, Sami Zayn is getting his get back a little bit for MVP. He wanted a match against him, but we're going to go ahead and just intensify that just a little bit. Have him run in and interrupt his fight first, and maybe that'll have that rivalry go up to level 2 as MVP wins even with the run in. He does not give a fuck. It was a 1-star match, but I mean, why does he have a 0 ring level? You know, the only reason that we booked this match again is because Triple H was on our ass about it last week saying that this was a bad matchup. I don't give a fuck what he says. This is my company and I do what I want with my superstars, nigga. Yeah, it was a 1-star match. Yeah, it was bad again. I stand on business by my motherfucking superstars. How you gonna tell me don't book JC Jane? Don't book Blake Monroe? Motherfucker, I pay these motherfuckers, nigga. How that promo didn't do anything. It said good, but it didn't do anything. Becky Lynch and Chelsea Green finally are gonna go ahead and clash horns, and Chelsea Green gets the best of Becky Lynch and takes the title off her hands. Great match. Still, it didn't upgrade the rivalry. That is 3 events this week that didn't upgrade the rivalry. And our show did pretty good again as far as the opening and closer, but our mid cards, I mean, goddamn. Raw and WCW, they are doing something that I don't understand how they're doing it. I mean, because look, 32, 30, 32, 22. I mean, god damn. All right, so we are officially in week 4, 1 week out from the Worlds Collide PLE. We had a couple of more storylines developing in our journal. Obviously, we said that we were going to promise Sami Zayn his match against MVP. That's going to happen. And Becky Lynch came to me. She's upset about losing her belt to Chelsea Green. She wants a rematch. Perfectly fine with me. That's what we had in the plans anyway, so that works out for me, baby girl. Blake Monroe wants another match versus JC James, so she is also on that fuck Triple H train with me because how is he going to tell us that that's not a good match? Even though the fans say it's not a good match and it's been 1-star both times, it's a good match to me because I don't give a damn. And Trick Williams definitely not happy that he got jumped by Shelton Benjamin last week. So he wants a rematch. Obviously, they have their own thing going on already, so that's not a problem with me. Now, the commissioner goal for this week is to have our most popular available male, heel and face, go against each other this week. So that would be John Cena versus The Big Show, which I don't hate the idea of that. I mean, we've seen that happen in real life in the past, and those have been some pretty epic battles. So why not throw in John Cena versus Big Show? We'll have an interference because obviously Edge has beef with John Cena. So why not do that? It don't have to be a crazy match. It can be like a tables match. We need y'all for what's the stamina looking like? Because we need y'all for next week. 67 for John Cena and Oh, I can't see edges because he's in it. All right. Let's see. What does his shit look like? 46. Okay, that might be a little problematic, but we're gonna risk it for a biscuit anyway, because fuck it. All right, y'all. Pretty easy show to book this week. We just had a couple of back end rivalries that we went ahead and threw on here. We got some mid carders. Right now, Rusev and Obafemi, they're just mid carders. They don't really have anything going on. Same with JC Jan and Blake Monroe. They're just kind of filling the roster out. But we are actually going to go over to the Power Store and use some of our power cards. We got Birth of Legend. Let's go ahead and pop one of these. 6 random superstars get a boost in popularity. That's pretty good for me because I think 4 of those superstars that we just got it on are going to be a part of the pay per view next week, or at least I hope so. And why don't we go? Oh, we can't use this week because it's a week before the PLE. I think that's all we're going to use right now. Actually, let's go ahead and use this as well and upgrade someone that I think is going to be a part of next week's show. I mean, Chris Jericho is pretty low at 10, but Logan Paul. I think I might use the Superstar Whisperer for Logan Paul, so I'm gonna keep that right there, and I'm gonna just throw this on Roman Reigns. I think he's gonna be for sure a long term piece of this show. I don't know how long Chris Jericho will be here, but we're gonna go ahead and boost up Roman Reigns to level 18 and start simulating the show. Now, I don't actually expect this show to be as electric as the other ones, even though those clearly weren't doing enough as far as the ratings and shit go. But this is just something that we have put together before the PLE. We don't want any injuries. We don't want to resolve any rivalries too early. So, I mean, we're just go ahead and fulfilling some promises. This is a promise that we had to Sami Zayn, the rematch. That match was okay. 2.5 stars. I mean, I can't really complain. We don't have any title matches on the card this week. Like I said, a lot of mid carders. So this is probably gonna be a really bad show for us. Might maybe the worst out of the first 4. That rivalry didn't grow there. That sucks a little bit for me because I expected that to be level 4 for the PLE. I do have one more trick up my sleeve to go ahead and get that to level 4, but if not, if that doesn't work, then we might be in a little bit of issues. We threw Chris Jericho on the self promo because, like I said, he'll be a part of the PLE, so we want to give him as much popularity as possible so that we have the ratings. But I mean, Rusev, his matches are just really fucking bad. And here's the main event. This is the Commissioner Gold match. John Cena versus Big Show, our most popular face versus our most popular heel. And Big Show wins. Obviously, Edge did run in on John Cena, but that didn't even do anything to that rivalry. So right now, the extreme difficulty is proving to be exactly that. It said that it would be harder to initiate rivalries and stuff like that, and the fan game and all that. So we're definitely feeling it right now. 65,000 fans for Raw, 61,000 fans for WCW, and 44,000 fans for us. We are falling extremely behind. 73 for WCW. We are not having the best opening weeks. But you know what? That's okay because we don't want to be dominating the competition right off the bat. We want to challenge. We want to struggle, and right now it definitely is that. But as you can see, we are pulling up on the Worlds Collide PLE, which means I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up right here because next episode will be mostly spectating. We'll be watching pretty much all of our PLE matches. I don't know if we're gonna watch the opener and the closer because those are shared PLEs, but definitely our own matches we will be spectating. So if you stayed this long, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Peace.